is up? What is up? Hello, everyone. Welcome to the No Life gaming portion of the show. Sorry if you were waiting on the technology portion of last week's show, but we had a little bit of a technical difficulty. File got corrupted, so you're just gonna have to wait for this week's. Not too much in tech, but we do have some stuff we're gonna talk about in gaming. A few games that we've been playing. And then that's pretty much it. Hopefully we keep the show nice and tight this week. Also, the technology show will not be uploaded immediately, or I should say on the same day as the gaming show. We're going to upload that. The gaming show comes out on Tuesday. We're going to upload the technology show on Thursday. So you got about a day in between before the two portions. This way we have a little bit more leeway when it comes to releasing schedules, that we're not just pounding you with like 3 hours worth of content at once. Also head over to our Twitter at No Life Digital and our Twitch at No Life Digital, as well as actually that's it. Oh, and our Instagram, I have to put that back up there. Just started Instagram. Basically just posting like cool tech shit, cool gaming shit. Anything that I see is cool, just post that up there. So if you can follow us there. Haven't really posted too much up there yet, but you know, you can follow it now and get ahead of the curve. All right, let's bring on the co-host. Co-host, what's up, dudes?
New phone, who dis?
Nice, dude.
Nice.
There was no awkward silence that time.
Yeah, there was no different there.
I like that.
Shout out, my dude.
Just dead memes, dude.
Nice. New phone.
Oh, by the way, if you notice, I am now Gordon.
Gordon. What the fuck?
All right,
Starbucks?
Ramsey.
So I'm guessing you took the wrong cup, or
No, so what happened was I'm getting my order, peppermint mocha, and she's like, all right, you know, here's your order. I already know it's a peppermint mocha. You get it every Monday at this time. She's like, I'm just so glad I know your name now. And she writes my name on the cup. And then a guy goes up, peppermint mocha, hands it to me. I'm walking out and I look, I'm like, do I look like a Gordon? And then I kind of looked in the mirror and I was like, I guess I do kind of look like a Gordon. I could pass
Jeff
for a
Gordon. Do you
Yeah.
drive race cars too?
Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, more of a Jeff Gordon type.
That's fucking ridiculous, man. I'm so glad I know your name now, Gordon. That's
I
nowhere
know.
close, bitch.
I don't.
My brother sent me a Snapchat the other day. He went to Starbucks and it just said "Daddy" on it. I was like, "What the? Did you just tell them your name was Daddy? What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah,
I mean, they gotta write it.
I think the woman, I'm pretty sure the woman is on drugs. I'm pretty sure. So that could explain it. But she knows me.
She
as
knows your
Gordon.
name now, though.
I want to
Yeah,
know
you're
if
good.
she knows it when I come back. Like maybe she's just all fucked up right now and she just for some reason thought she knew my name. But I want to know if she remembers it when I come back. I want to know if she remembers my actual name or me as Gordon. Because if that's the
Just
case,
give
I'm
us
gonna have to
give us a
correct
weekly update
her. All right,
on what your name is.
I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you guys updated on that. So anything new this week or last week, I should say? Same shit.
Got a new TV. That's it.
Oh, you got that cheap 4K one, right?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not
And
great. It's not
and
bad.
How much was it again? It was like $120.
It's 160, yeah, for
That's
49
not bad.
inch.
Dude, that's not
No,
bad
it's
at
cheap.
all.
It's cheaper. It was cheaper than 1080p TV of that size
Yeah,
on
What's that
sale. So
What's that refresh rate on that TV though?
60 still.
yeah, that's
I
crazy.
thought it was just gonna be like dog shit. Like you're gonna be watching something and everybody looks like they're
Stop
it's-
motion.
It's I mean, it's definitely a cheap TV, but it's a lot better than what I was expecting. So I'm happy with that.
Is it true 4K?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy, man.
Yeah, the only downside is no HDR. So
Yeah, but I mean,
That's
HDR.
why it's gonna
I
end
think
up being the bedroom
HDR
TV.
right now is still a scam anyway, because
Dude,
you
it
need so
makes
much
a difference. The problem is it's the same problem with 4K. Is like, cool, I can now watch my 20 most favorite movies that aren't my favorite movies.
Well, all right. Well, like HDR you need, because I can shoot in HDR and I've tried it, and it's hard for me to play it back because my monitor, it's not bright enough to fully display HDR correctly, because you need a really bright monitor to really show it off. So there's a lot of TVs out there that say they're HDR, but in reality, they're just they just have that color space, you know, but they're not full HDR because they just don't get bright enough to show all those other colors. So I don't know. It's like the same thing with all the different panel technologies: OLED, AMOLED, PLED, micro LED. You know what I mean? Like it's just all buzzwords, I think.
Then there's VA.
VA
is all the hype.
IPS.
VA is all the hype now.
Yeah,
because it's almost IPS qualities or color qualities with IP or TN speeds, which is like sort of true-ish.
I thought you were about to say IPAs. Don't make me call bullshit.
My favorite IPA TV. All right, let's get into what we've been playing. Let's start with Nier. You've been playing Nier, right, dude?
Yeah, I picked up Nier this last week on the sale because I figured why not. I had been avoiding it because I wanted to play it, but they still haven't released an official patch for it to fix like PC port bugginess. But I went in and picked it up because it was like 40-50% off or something like that. And I don't know, I'm really enjoying it so far. I really like it. It definitely feels like a platinum game. So
yeah,
that's really good. The combat feels really good.
I mean, if it's you can't go wrong with platinum based combat. Like,
yeah,
you just can't.
Like every platinum game I've ever played has really good combat. So I really enjoy it so far. I mean, like I said, if I enjoy it enough, I'm gonna go back through it and beat it on very hard mode, which is the mode where if you hit it once, you die.
What?
Yeah. Did you not know about that game mode?
It gets pretty crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It gets pretty crazy.
It is like a mishmash of like Devil May Cry and a bullet hell game. So it's really great.
Dude, it's one of my favorite games of the year, man.
I am having fun. And I know the story's going to get convoluted as fuck because it's Nier.
And I also don't like the hub world system thing.
Oh yeah, the whole space station shit.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Kind of pulls you out, but then again, I mean,
there's just so much trekking around, and then you have that. It's just, I don't know.
The environments are really open, but I think you said this when you were talking about it the first time you brought it up. The environments are really open, but it's like the environment itself is just like a desert, and a wasteland. So I mean,
it's not that fun to trek around.
Yeah, it's like, oh, let me run over this sand dune.
And you'll see like your enemy like 5 miles away and nothing in between there. You just are just like 5 minutes just running to your enemy.
Just beelining it.
But that being said, it is fun.
Yeah, like I said, that's definitely one of the games that if you like the combat, you'll enjoy the game. So if you like games like Bayonetta or Devil May Cry, or Transformers Devastation, which was a really good underrated game by Platinum Games, then you'll enjoy it.
Didn't they do the really good Final Fantasy? Like the fighting Final Fantasy, the little spin-off?
Dissidia?
No. It was Final Fantasy. Not Final. Yeah. No, it was Metal Gear Solid. Jesus.
I was gonna say.
Oh, Rising.
Yeah.
Or
they did Revengeance or whatever.
Yeah, Revengeance or whatever.
The Revengeance.
Cyber ninjas.
Yeah, that other.
You're like Final
that
Fantasy.
other
I'm thinking like
game.
I'm thinking like outside of like Dissidia, there's like
the one with
guys
Pikachu.
From the PS1.
Yeah.
Fuck Pikachu.
Actually, I was not. That's one Metal Gear game that I did not like was Revengeance.
Well, I mean, it was like more of the style of, like Devil May Cry or something like that.
They just shouldn't have called it Metal Gear because I had different expectations, you know?
Yeah, you thought you were going to be sneaking around. Nope.
No, it's like the exact opposite.
It was so, I don't know, I wasn't a fan of that one.
Cutting everything up.
Was that PS2 or was that PS3?
That was
PS3 because it was also on the 360.
Yeah, it was also on PC too.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually did a really good port.
Because Platinum.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna play the latest Metal Gear again.
Platinum?
Yeah.
remember that game Scalebound that was supposed to be on the Xbox exclusive from Platinum, but it got canceled?
Yeah, it got canceled.
Dude, that game would have been dope. I love Platinum, and that is a company that needs exclusives.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That would have been so good.
My favorite thing about Platinum is their name, because every time I say it, it reminds me of a strip club that we used to have around here called Platinum Plus. Every time I say Platinum Games, I want to just say Platinum Plus, and I'm just like, I fucking have a brain fart there for a second.
The company's so good, it reminds you of a strip club.
Pretty sure it was actually Final Fantasy you're thinking of.
All right. City Skylines. Want to chat about that?
Yeah, I've been playing that again.
I feel like you
finally.
play this game all the time. Didn't you?
On and off. Well, I get back into it when they release a DLC or update. So they actually released this in late October, early November, but they released the Green Cities DLC for it. It's actually pretty fun. It adds a bunch of stuff to basically make San Francisco. Like, it adds IT clusters and things like that. You can zone all of your districts, which that's the big thing about it, is you can actually get every district like little specialties, which is actually a really cool addition. So you can make like a little sector of your city like only organic local produce that you basically have to then farm, and it'll make like little, health sector. And they added a bunch of things so you can make like community pools that will increase health. And I don't know, they just made a bunch of also different options for power that make less pollution. And they also have different ways of managing your water. Basically, the entire thing is based off of other ways that cost more money. So it is a trade-off, but they cost less pollution, which means you can make a lot cooler cities. So I'm getting back in that. DLC is pretty fun, dude. Not gonna lie. That's something I like about it, is because they usually have a DLC probably 3 times a year they've been averaging of actually good DLCs that actually add really good content to it.
I haven't
So
played
it's
it.
pretty cool.
I haven't played Cities because I was a huge Roller Coaster Tycoon fan and SimCity fan. But since those games, I haven't played those games in so long, so many years.
If you're going to try one, try Cities.
Yeah, it's like the better SimCity 4.
Yeah, way better. Like it's honestly, with the amount of content they've released for it too, and they also is a huge modding community for it. I wouldn't even compare them anymore. Like, it's just so much better in every way and cheaper. That it's just, like, that's how you make a better product. You literally make it better in every freaking way, and then like, oh yeah, it's also cheaper.
I wonder if people still play SimCity over Cities.
I think there
After
were
that
some
whole
holdouts
debacle.
at first, but I doubt it at this point, to be honest.
You guys remember when that came out and like that you couldn't play it? It was like one of the first games you couldn't play unless you were online. Some type of DRM system that they had going on.
Oh yeah, SimCity.
Yeah. SimCity 4, yeah.
They went with the whole Diablo 4 or Diablo 3 Blizzard model.
Yeah, but this was a single player game.
Well, so is mostly Diablo 3.
No, true. All right. Anything else on it? We just wanted to just shout it out.
No, I'm gonna start working on something with it, because I just got back into that yesterday, and I've been having a blast with it. So I kind of want to try to make a little run through of it real quick. So we'll see. It's fun. There's just a lot more things you can do with it, with actually being able to like specialize districts that you've been able to do through mods, but having it actually work correctly now is just amazing.
Nice. All right. I was able to check out the UFC 3 beta. I'm a huge UFC fan. And the beta, I love UFC 2. I played it for a long time. It's not better than Fight Night. I'm still waiting for Fight Night. I would pay $100 for a new Fight Night game. $100. If they were said, "Hey, I'll give you the new beta right now for Fight Night, but you got to give me $100," I wouldn't even think about it. Boom.
You might drop that $100 in loot boxes.
Oh my god! If there's
Oh,
loot
dude,
boxes,
could you imagine the loot boxes in a Fight Night game? It'd just be like different colored or patterned trunks and gloves.
I can
and
see
shit.
it happening though.
different
Yeah.
tattoos or some dumb shit.
Oh, I can
Yeah.
see it totally happening.
If they
Trunks,
honestly,
gloves, and shoes.
if they gave me like an amazing new Fight Night, I wouldn't mind cosmetic loot boxes, obviously. But maybe even like like new characters. Maybe you have to buy them like other fighting games. I wouldn't mind that if it's
No,
a
dude,
new
it's-
refined Fight Night game.
It'll be like star cards. You can only do uppercuts if you get the card
If you
through
get
loot
the
box.
uppercut pack.
Yeah.
That I wouldn't buy Fight Night if it was like that. Like if you could like the I don't know, like the Stockton slap, what Nate Diaz does. He like slaps someone. It's like a signature move in the ring. If you had to like pay to unlock the Stockton slap or something like that, then I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't buy a Fight Night like that. But
I mean,
any other Fight Night I would buy.
What
I would
about if it
love
was
a new-
something other than a slap? Because I'm sorry, that's just like the worst wrestling fighting move I've ever heard. Is the slap,
If
like the
you-
Stockton slap? I'm just like,
No, you
Gotcha.
gotta Google Nate Diaz Stockton slap, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, okay, I get it now." Because
I
it
think
makes
what
you
he-
look stupid.
I think what it is doesn't he like slap him like right there or something, like on
Slaps
the
him in your
jawline
ear.
near the ear?
Yeah. so you
Yeah,
can't
it's
hear.
like to box your ear, kind of.
But it's just a show of like, you suck so bad that I just slapped you in the face, and you can't do anything about it because he's so good. That's his move.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, I would love a new Fight Night game, but the thing is I would just really love a new like boxing sim. It doesn't even have to be
Yeah.
Fight Night. It can be
Yeah.
something else because
Yeah.
they haven't come out with a boxing sim in so long. UFC is just like
Yeah.
trampling that market of
Yeah.
prize fighting.
And so the UFC 2 is pretty good. The one system that's fucked up in UFC 2 or in all the UFC games is the submission and the grappling system. It's so bad. It makes no sense. It's super convoluted. If you get in a fight with someone who's just a good grappler and they have a high stamina bar for grappling, they could put you in a submission every single time. They could armbar you every single. There's no way you're getting out of it. And they didn't change it one bit in this system or in this beta. So that's super disappointing because, I mean, it's a big part of MMA is being able to just like get a hold of someone, and kind of find different positions and then submit them. And I like the way that they have the system. I like the method where there's like a stamina drain. So when you're trying to defend a submission off, your stamina starts to drain. So you can't just like spam stuff and someone else who's trying to submit you can't just like constantly hold you down. So it's like, for example, if I'm trying to submit you, put you in a chokehold, and you're defending it, your stamina is going to go down, but mine is as well. If I'm a natural grappler, my stamina is more than yours. So I'll be able to get you into that chokehold, and that leads me into another transition, which would be to like actually lock it in and do a guillotine, which would knock you out, right? The problem is that there's just it's too easy for you to get into submissions. So when you're a grappler, there's no threat of a strike because they just haven't figured out that balance. They need to make it so certain types of strikes, if you land them, if you're going for a takedown and I knee you in the face, that should be an automatic KO. And that should give the threat to keep these submission guys away from constantly trying to just take you down. Because right now it's just a little bit unbalanced. And I don't quite understand exactly how the submission system works. Like I've been playing this game for so long and I still don't quite grasp it. Because there's just so many different submission moves that you can do. I think they just need to tweak that. And I think that the fighting is a little bit like the actual boxing and combat of it is a little bit more fluid in this one. And I like it. And I like the way Conor McGregor feels. Which is cool because you actually played Conor versus Tony Ferguson, which is like this huge super fight that hasn't happened yet, but it's the fight that everyone wants. And I like the way that McGregor feels and the way he's very fluid and he does the whole noodle arm walk where he kind of just like, I don't know, looks like a noodle man. But it still feels a little bit too robotic. Whereas in Fight Night, the last Fight Night, which I think was Champion, if I'm not mistaken, that one felt so good boxing in that one. And I don't know why it didn't transfer that type of striking over into the UFC games. This one's very robotic. It's more very much just like, you know, throw your left, throw your right. You can chain together like 2-3 combos, but that's pretty much it. Whereas in the old Fight Night, if you knew how to throw a combo and you had the stamina to do it, he would do it in such a fluid way, which would set up like open shots because you could, you know, 2 to the body, 1 to the face. You keep doing that, that would open up the guy down on your left or something. And you would able to actually do that in the last Fight Night. You can't do that in this one because it's so robotic and everything's so calculated. Plus the submission game is just, I think, a little bit broken. So you kind of have this this kind of a weird, unbalanced fighting game that it looks so good, and you know I really want to like it. I hope that this beta they take back a lot of the feedback that we have, but it's fucking EA Sports, and I doubt that they're going to do anything about it. And I hear the loot box system that they're going to implement in here is going to be a problem. Supposedly, it only affects like the Ultimate Fighter mode, which is like the Ultimate Madden mode. But who knows, man?
So
Who knows?
can you get a loot box card then that's just the Gronk? Is that going to be a card?
The Gronk?
Can you just get the Gronkowski card?
I don't know. That would be cool. I'd pay for a fucking Gronkowski to see him in, or a CM Punk card. Get CM Punk in there.
Yeah, completely overrated.
Yeah, could just have him like a 99 and then just suck ass in the ring, and he fights a fucking featherweight, gets his ass whipped. But I don't know.
All because he couldn't cut it as a wrestler.
I'm hoping it turns out. I'm definitely gonna get it because I'm like a huge MMA fan, so I'm definitely gonna get it. And I just like having the new rosters. You know, I like these type of fighting games. Unfortunately, EA seems to be literally the only one doing it, and now that Fight Night's pretty much dead. I mean, what are they gonna do in a new Fight Night game anyway? What boxers even box? Pacquiao doesn't box anymore. Mayweather doesn't box anymore. Cotto is about to retire. There's like no one. Klitschko brothers are all about to retire. It's just a dead sport, it seems like, unfortunately. So I don't know if they're gonna make another Fight Night for. I don't know, man. It just doesn't make any sense. Where UFC it makes sense because there's a lot of stars, a lot of new stuff that they can do. I just wish that they would just tighten it up. They just need to tighten it up, and it would be good.
If by tightening it up you mean use the same system with integrated loot box, then they will tighten that up here pretty soon.
Yeah, because that's kind of what it feels like. It's a little bit more tight. I will say that, like it's a little bit more fluid and a little bit more tight, but it's just not there yet to be like a really fun competitive game. Where like Madden it's like perfect for football. I don't think you can get any better than Madden. It's so good, and they just haven't done it yet with UFC. And they don't have that release schedule with UFC the way that Madden does, where they can get all those refinements in every year. Where this one, I don't know. I don't know if by the next one they're gonna be able to figure it out. I think they got a few more that they're gonna need to do, or someone else needs to figure out. I don't know if they have like a special license with the UFC, like they do with the NFL, but I would love to see someone try to take on MMA. All right, Xenoblade. You want to talk about this one, Doobie?
Yeah. So this game came out on Friday for the Switch, and it is. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's your typical like JRPG. So me, Loco, and Jerry would love it, and Wayne would hate it. It's there's definitely some grinding to it, which we all know Wayne hates grinding. But no,
I don't hate
good.
grinding. I don't hate grinding.
You hate it because it like it makes the games much longer than they have to be.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it. Yeah, that's a better.
And there is some of that here. I mean, some of the side quests kind of go crazy. Where like, I think I'm done the side quest because I went and saved the dude's kid, and then he's like, "Thanks for saving my kid, but I need wood to build something because I'm a carpenter. Can you go get me wood?" And it's like, what the fuck did that have to do with anything in the beginning? Like, what the?
I was about to say, don't you like build up to the kid? Like, you don't shoot straight for, hey, save my kid. Oh, I also need wood. You know what I mean? It's like,
it's
like
really,
you build up.
the site, it's kind of dumb, but the game's really nice looking. It's 720p docked. When you have it in handheld, though, the frame rate dips a lot, and
Why
it's
is
not,
that? That I don't understand.
It's not. It's pushing the system to its limits in handheld mode.
Yeah, but
the system's not strong enough for the handheld for it.
yeah, but when it's docked, it's still the same system. There's nothing in the
that
dock. The dock is just an HDMI pass through. You know what I mean?
That's not entirely true.
It is. There's nothing in the dock. It's just an HDMI pass through. Sometimes when you dock it, it'll upscale to 1080. Maybe it's 720
Is
in the
there
hand.
a power?
Well,
Is there a
I
power
think-
unit on it or no?
There is, but it doesn't affect the game. It's just the pass through.
It might, because it might use a power management system like that. Then
For the
As if it's-
optimizations.
yeah, like no, what I mean is it just might give it enough power, so if it knows it's stacked, it'll run higher. But when it's not, it's gonna be knocking it down clock speed because you can't run it that long or have a hour-long battery.
I
Yeah,
don't
plus
know,
it's
I don't
not
think
using
so.
the screen itself, so there's power save there.
That would be my guess. Otherwise, I have no
Yeah.
idea.
It just
I mean,
it
either
doesn't
way-
make
but I
much
can see him
sense.
doing something like that, like laptop mode. You know what I mean?
I could see it being the opposite, like how Zelda is and how Mario is. When you dock it, it upscales to 1080, and that stresses the chip. But in handheld, you would think it would run a lot better. It's very odd
Yeah.
because there's there's literally nothing in the dock.
Yeah, for this game, even though it doesn't run well in handheld mode, like it's a
At
game
all?
that I
Like,
don't.
How
Like, yeah,
how well
no,
does
like,
it run?
It plays. You're gonna be getting a lot of like sub 560p, and
Really?
and the frame rates, like especially in battle, will it doesn't dip to like unplayable levels, but it's definitely noticeable. For me, it's like it's fine because this is a game I don't like. It's not a game that I'm going to be taking out on the go because there's just so much to do that I play for hours at a time with it, which you're not going to be doing handheld. You're going to be sitting down playing it at the TV.
I just imagine Doobie laying in bed and he's just playing it and he's like, God damn.
I did it last night because it doesn't have an autosave feature, which is one of my slight cons. Because the game did crash on me because I had been playing for 30 hours in the last like 2.5 days.
Well, wouldn't a grinding type of game be a lot better on handheld?
It
Yeah.
depends. The world is so massive. Like there's so many places to go in the game, and the battles, especially against like higher enemies, can take a little bit longer. That it's not something you're going to be playing for 20 minutes like on your commute. You're better off playing for like 2 hours.
All right, that makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like it's hard to get any of the plot in 20 minutes, and any grinding you do in 20 minutes doesn't feel that much. So, like I said, I've put about 30 hours into it since I got it on Friday. I like the characters; they're enjoyable. There's been some parts in the story that I've actually kind of been like mad, not mad because I'm mad at the game, but mad like, fuck you, don't do that. Like bad guys are bad, and I'm mad. I'm connecting to the story, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, becoming
the
emotionally
music.
invested.
Dude, the music is so good. I actually got because I got the special edition that came with the CD. And I was listening to the CD in my car, and track number 5 on the CD, which is like the boss battle theme. It's this like 5-minute like violins, heavy guitar, double bass. There's a bass solo, and I'm find myself in a 45 going 90. Like I am speeding. It's so dumb.
You fucking nerd,
I love
dude.
it. Dude, it was so. I Snapchatted the whole song. Put it on my
Jesus.
story. It was so good.
He's like, and there's double bass and there's
Dude,
jet
it's-
guitars. And
There's a part where like it just becomes nothing but like the strings. It's so good.
I think the only only OST type song that I've ever listened to that had that effect on me was off the Inception soundtrack, the Mombasa theme. That shit's so good.
You mean Inception, where everything was like really weird sounds? That whole soundtrack. But no, like the music's really, really good. I like the art style. A lot of people didn't like that anime art style, like the cell shaded anime.
No, I like
But
it.
I actually think it really works well, and I think it really does a good job with 720p because that art style always looks really good despite any hardware limitations. Kind of the reason why like Wind Waker on the GameCube looked really good, even though people at the time bitched about it. Like that game still holds up today, even the GameCube version, because that cell shading, like that art style, just looks crisp, and you can kind of hide flaws from hardware limitations with it. The world is beautiful. Like colors really look nice. There's a lot of anti-aliasing, so that's kind of like I know some people will like really don't like that, but for me, at the end of the day, is the game fun? Am I having fun playing it? And I'm having fun playing it. I don't know how far in the story I am, but I will probably do a more in-depth like review when I beat the game. So see me in about 70 hours.
Oh yeah, I can see some of the frame rate dropping.
Yeah, and that's they really Monolith Soft really pushes what they can do. The first game on the Wii pushed the Wii really hard. Xenoblade Chronicles X, which wasn't that great of a game on the Wii U, pushed the Wii U pretty hard, and they're already pushing this system pretty hard with this game. But this is the biggest, I would say, the biggest RPG that the system has in terms of like graphical intensity, because Breath of the Wild was not that graphically intense, nor was it built for the system.
Well, I think that's why it kind of worked, because it was I mean, they made it look really good, but they knew the limitations. Yeah. Because I like, you're like, when it's mostly when you just like look around, that's where I'm seeing a lot of the frame rate dropping. So maybe the draw distance is just a little too much, or they just have like too much shit on screen at once. I mean, it does look good though. I do like the art style.
I'm interested in seeing in terms of limitations with the system itself. Just for a second, like when Pokemon comes out, because the Pokemon Company and Game Freak are known to, they do push systems. If you look at the last Pokemon games to come out on the 3DS, they pushed that system to its breaking point. Mm-hmm. So I'm interested to see what they do with the Switch on that and see how far they push the system, because I have a feeling, give it 2019, 2020, you'll see a powered up version of the Switch like 2.0 come out.
Yeah,
like
you're fighting
Xbox
this
One X.
You're fighting this dinosaur, and it's like the frame rate's pretty bad, dude.
Yeah,
it's pretty bad.
It's not bothering me when playing it. Like I'm not sitting there, like it doesn't destroy my immersion or my fun.
Right.
But for those people that like have to have that solid, like super solid frame rate, I also think part of that is my recording software and my computer sucks. So
yeah, well, I you can kind of see it. Yeah, I think maybe you'll get a patch and it'll fix something. You know, you never know.
Yeah, and I mean the gameplay is fun. The battle system is super. There's a lot of stuff that you can do in that battle system. Some people find that a complaint, that it's too many mechanics going on at one point, like at any time. And there are a lot of mechanics and a lot of menus, but that's just JRPGs. You know, that's when you want something in depth like that, that's what you get.
It looks pretty cool. I might pick it up.
I mean, if you like anime and you like RPGs and grinding.
I don't really, but
yeah, I was about to say that sounds like a whole bunch of shit that Wayne does not like.
I know that's me and Loco territory here.
Yeah,
like Loco, you would like this game if you ever get a Switch. I know you should pick this up.
I mean, like I like anime, and I like games like this, and to an extent. I don't know. I just want a game that was like Breath of the Wild, where it's just like a huge epic story, but I want to be able to play it handheld, and you know, you're telling me
this game,
I don't ever play my Switch docked. I don't ever play it docked.
Like you can play it handheld, just don't expect it to be beautiful or as beautiful or run as well as it does docked. You're just gonna have to imagine it's like a bit more of a powered 3DS.
Yeah. Looks pretty good though, man. Some of these environments look pretty good, even on your shitty fucking recording.
I know, right? No, they did it like the environments, like the whole idea of it is that like there's no land mass. Everyone lives on these giant creatures. And then like some of the environments are inside of the creatures.
Oh, dude, you just fell off a cliff and fucking hit the ground 2,000 feet away.
Yeah. There's those fall damage, but as you get stronger and get more health, you can actually jump off of further things. The game does put an emphasis on exploration, and the what do you call it? God damn it, what was it? Like lost train of thought. You can just like go from like level 8 enemies to like that level 90 dinosaur.
Yeah. I might check it out, man. I don't know.
Yeah. And when you die, that was what I was thinking. When you die, there's no like, it doesn't send you back to a save point, or it doesn't like revert your save or anything like that. You just respawn.
So there's no auto saves though?
The only time it auto saves is when you use a core crystal to gain more blades. So the blades are your allies, like the characters next to you that are fighting with you. That aren't the playable character. It's mechanics, and it's when you use an item to gain more of them, that's when it auto saves. But like weird. You actually have to save, and there's no multiple save files, which kind of I don't like that.
So when you die, it doesn't go back to the last save point.
It just puts you back to whatever the last like checkpoint was, but you don't lose any of your progress. So
but
if you
when
went
you turn
to,
it off, then you lose your save. Then you have to go back to your save.
Yeah, you'd have to. Yeah. So like if it crashes on you, like it crashed once on me, and that's because I was like playing it for like 12 hours straight and didn't really let it sit or go into sleep mode. In the game, I was expecting it to crash at some point.
It shouldn't be crashing. Maybe it's just not optimized yet.
Like, it was one crash. It was one crash, and I was kind of actually like expecting it to happen because I kept pushing the system. I kept just like playing it as much as possible.
Yeah.
And systems really shouldn't be on for 12 hours straight sometimes.
It looks interesting, man.
Yeah.
How many more hours do you think you have on it?
I'm a side quest fiend, so probably another 70.
Yeah, so you'll be done by like Thursday.
I wish. I have to sleep at some point. I have work in the mornings.
Nah, you don't gotta sleep, man.
I didn't go to sleep till 6 a.m. both Friday night, Saturday night, and Friday night and Saturday night. I didn't go to sleep till 6 a.m.
You don't gotta sleep, dude.
I took Friday off of work to play it.
All right. Moving on. Gaming news. DayZ will leave early access next year. The heavens have opened. Finally, the game will leave the dreaded early access window.
PUBG left early access before it did.
After how many years in early
Trademark
access?
soon.
2012, I think.
2012. That's insane, dude. What?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Like,
What does it mean when it leaves early access?
I don't know. I doubt like there's going to be any patch or content update. They're just going to silently be like, take it. They're just going to silently release it. Yeah. Because nobody's playing it anymore. I don't think anybody's playing DayZ anymore. I guess they're hoping that announcing this, like they'll get a spike of interest when it releases. You know what I mean?
Dude, who the fuck's going to play DayZ?
I don't know. Because everybody's playing PUBG now.
Because it's officially released. Who would be like, oh, I was waiting for it to finally be released. Because early access, I just don't play early access games. It just makes no sense.
It's peaked at not even 5,000 players for like the last year.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me. Not only that, but like the most fun thing about DayZ was spawning and like finding your loot and like go into the middle of the map in the woods and trying to, you know, PvP other people. Like nobody played DayZ for the zombies.
Yeah.
Nobody. Absolutely nobody. Even in like the old school mod, like after the first month or so, people were like, oh yeah, zombies got to survive. But then after that, they're like, oh, just run past the zombies and pick up
Did
your
you
loot.
say
and
Battle
go do-
Royale?
Yeah, and go do PvP, which Battle Royale games, they just take the whole dumbass zombie aspect out of the whole mode. And that's all the mode is like everybody drops in, you find your stuff, you scavenge, and you PvP. And so it just cuts out like all the redundancy.
I mean, even like the most fun mods for it were still just PvP. Like, I mean, I played a lot of Epoch, but that's base building for PvP. Like, the zombies were just, they were there.
Yeah, they were pointless.
You could just run away.
It's like Walking Dead. It's sort of like The Walking Dead. They're just the backdrop.
Yeah, because it's not like other zombie games either, or like even like 7 days or something like that, where like they become dangerous. No, they just walk.
Yeah.
You can just sprint past them and be like, oh, okay.
Now, did
They
the
chase you,
did the
you lose
devs do any, like, did they make anything else? Like, what were they doing this whole time?
Making Daisy.
Yeah. That jerking off, and apparently the creator wanted to make another game that he's about to release in early access as well.
Yeah,
That
no,
we talked about a few
lead,
weeks
Because you
ago.
would think after they
he
start
left,
to see
but
like
the rest of the devs
PUBG,
just been making it.
yeah, after you started to see like PUBG start to take off and the battle royale craze start to come, you would think that they would try to do something to get into it, and instead of officially leave early access. Because from what I've heard, the game has never really changed, right? It's always been pretty much the same.
Yeah, I think
So,
they
I don't
just
know.
tweak bugs every once in
Yeah.
a while. And,
Maybe there's 5 guns instead of 4 guns now.
yeah.
Like
Very nice.
that was even the biggest problem when it came out. Was it was like it's a good concept, but then releasing its own version was pointless because it was already past the point where there was now mods and all types of mods that had anything you wanted,
Yeah,
and now you have this version of the game which had like 4 weapons.
yeah,
like,
that's so dumb.
Ooh,
Like if it was like PUBG, but with a ton of zombies that were dangerous, tons of loot, tons of different guns and weapons and ways that you can like fortify places, along with the PvP aspect, then it has a little bit to, you know, then it has some weight behind it. But
which was some of the mods, and some
Yeah, I
of the
was
mods
about
were
to say-
great. Yeah,
I
that's
was
why
about to say,
everyone
sounds
played
like
the
you're-
mods.
Sounds like you're talking about Epoch.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was
Ex-
thinking. Yeah.
except the dangerous zombies part, because zombies
Yeah.
have never been dangerous in a DayZ game.
yeah, oh well. Well, at least they can
Well, like, that
officially say
was
that
why-
they released the game.
Yeah, that's why Fortnite sounded cool. Was it sounded like, oh, the zombies might actually matter in the zombie mode, but then they just released the battle royale, and we're never going to see that zombie mode probably.
They have
And
a zombie mode in PUBG.
And instead of zombies being dangerous in Fortnite, the publisher is dangerous because you can get sued by them, just like that fucking 14-year-old kid.
Oh yeah, if you cheat.
You could get sued now for cheating in games. What a time to be alive!
Breaking that, what is it?
Sue them all, dude. Sue all the cheaters. I
I mean,
fucking
that's
breaking
hate
that
been,
license
that's
user
been a
agreement.
thing. Yeah, that's like Blizzard's done that in the past against gold farmers and people who like botters and stuff like that.
sue them all, dude. Don't cheat.
Pretty much.
Fan texture pack overhauls Mass Effect 2 and 3. You don't say. 4K friendly textures, higher res, over 3,000 replacement higher res 4K friendly textures. Let's see. I want to look at some images here. It looks pretty good. I mean, it's not.
I mean, it's still Mass Effect 2 and 3, but
yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Takes a lot
It's
of work.
like
Dude. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
not only that, but it's like
Looks better.
any other corporate HD remake.
Yeah.
You know, they're just upscaling everything. Which actually, they probably put more effort into this than most of the HD remakes. To be honest with you,
Dude, you're telling me you don't want another Kingdom Hearts 2.9 HD remake?
Bro, I got the Kingdom Hearts whatever bundle that came out a little while ago that has literally
1.5
like
plus 2.5.
yeah, it has
Then they
like
made
all
2.8
it has like all of the Kingdom Hearts games in it.
HD remake.
Or you can just be like Bethesda and eventually offer that texture update in the mod store.
In the Creation
The mod.
Club.
HD
Yeah.
remake of Skyrim.
For your 1080 Ti.
But yeah, I mean, I think this is interesting because people were really wanting that Mass Effect, the new Andromeda game, to be really good, but it ended up being really shit. So they can always just go back and play the older games with a texture pack.
Yeah.
Go back and play Mass Effect 2 because that was the best game in the Mass Effect franchise.
Five Nights at Freddy creator teases a spin-off.
Kill me.
Can this franchise die?
I swear to God, dude. You know there's like a whole bunch of like lore and shit behind it too.
Of
It's
Is
crazy.
the only
Of
reason
what?
It is fucking crazy, man.
What is the lore behind
Is the-
this game?
is the
Is
only
it behind
reason
the characters? Is it behind you, the player, who's supposed to be watching them?
Yeah,
Which
it's-
it
Why is
wasn't
it
a
so
creepy enough premise already.
But why is it so popular with kids? Is it
I
because
got-
PewDiePie? Is that it? Like,
Yes.
Is it the
it-
whole
Yes.
reason the game gained popularity was because of him?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
How much money does he get then from the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's? He's
Dude,
not
there's
even cutting him a check.
There's a reason he's a fucking millionaire. There's a reason. It's because he sells these dumb games.
I'm just saying that there was like five Nights at Freddy games or something like that, and they all came out in under a year. So I'm just saying, like,
And
it's
DayZ
obvious
took 5 years to come out with one game.
Yeah. This
Go
guy has
maybe.
come out. This guy has. I think that the games that he made before this were like little kid, like educational Christian platformer games or something like that.
Dude,
But he just-
edutainment.
But you have to realize that's not going to sell at Barnes and Noble. You know, you got to get the fake Chuck E. Cheese ripoff
Get
to
that-
sell at Barnes and Noble.
Gotta get that
Oh,
Freddy
you-
Fazbear, whatever the fuck his name is.
I've never played the game. What can someone explain to me what the
Jump
game is?
scares.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's jump scares
That's
the
it.
game. You're basically playing a security guard,
Yeah.
and you have to survive 5 nights. So it's like 10 minutes each round or something like that. But you're sitting in the security thing. You're looking at cameras to see where the big animatronic crazy robots are moving around, and you have like 2 doors, and you only have like enough electricity. It's dumb as fuck.
Don't you
You
think after
only
one
have
night you
enough-
quit the job? You just quit?
Yeah,
Fuck
no,
this.
like
You-
after
how
the
much- you
first
ain't
night, I'd be
paying
like,
me
yeah,
enough.
okay. I really don't need this money that bad that like fucking some
Chuck E.
big ass
Cheese money.
robot
That's like a
bear is gonna
lawsuit.
come like
That's a
and rip my
lawsuit
face
waiting
off.
to happen.
Yeah.
Like,
But anyway, like you're just sitting in the room, and for some reason you don't have enough electricity to run both of the doors, so you can only shut one door at each time. So you're basically looking at the cameras and seeing which door you need to shut and when. Yeah, and like they just move around. Yeah, and they made 5 games off of it.
Wow.
Yeah, that guy literally pumped out 5 games in under a year.
Good
It's
for
fucking
him.
insane.
and all
Well,
he
I
did
mean-
was like slowly change like a mechanic or 1 or 2 mechanics, and that was it.
I added a
They released the
flashlight
same
this
game.
time.
Yeah,
This time I have a
Yeah.
flashlight now.
Well, dude,
Yeah,
there's 2
I'm-
doors, dude. That's a lot of
This time they
programming.
move a little bit faster, or they do a little something a little differently. And it's a new game. No, it's not.
Supposedly, this new game he's coming out with is a pizza simulator. So I'd be interested in that.
With jump scares.
I hope
Oh,
Yeah,
not.
it
you-
looks like it's a bear shooting pizzas at people. So
yeah, you know,
you know, it's a recipe
it's,
for success.
it's going to tie into Five Nights at Freddy's. You know that they had a Five Nights at Freddy book come out.
No, didn't
Yeah.
know, didn't
Yep.
care.
No, they have
When
books.
does
Like
the
I'm not
movie
kidding. I'm
come
not
out?
kidding.
Yeah.
You can just go to Barnes and Noble and there's like a section for it, basically.
So,
Or at least
so
there
when,
was for a while.
when does the movie come out from the people who made the Emoji Movie?
All right. Well,
Probably already
enough-
got one.
Enough of that bullshit. This is awesome. This made me laugh so hard when I first saw this. UFC pay-per-view streamed on Twitch by a guy pretending it was a video game. This is the Holloway fight. And you can see the image here.
Like, it's
he's
funny. It's a
streaming
good
the
try,
UFC.
but it's so dumb.
He's streaming the UFC
Dude, it's the
match
best idea ever. Let's
with
be
a
real.
controller in his hand. Here, I want to play it. I want to play it because it's it. You got to hear him. It makes it with the clacking of the joysticks.
High
Oh,
def
come on,
ultra
man, I
realistic
blocked that. I
gameplay.
blocked
Oh, it won't
that.
let me play it.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me play it either.
Oh,
You got-
what are they shut him down?
Go into the Discord channel, and I think Doobie posted a link to the video a while ago.
I just posted the image. I don't know if I posted the video.
No, you posted a link, but it was the same video.
Okay.
So if the video's down, then it's down.
Alright,
Well,
here
his
we go.
his account got banned.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
it's not available in the US, I guess. Whatever.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know why it's like a 20-second clip of the fight.
Dude,
So,
you
It's
know,
fucking
he's-
hilarious.
But he's
I
sitting
blocked
there.
that. Click, 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 click. I blocked it, man. Come
Oh, I
on,
guess
man. I
he's kinda
blocked
like-
that. Yeah, just weaving.
I can see it in
That's
Discord still
so-
for some reason.
It's so funny, man. Really?
Dude,
Yeah.
dude, you know how so they did like the football game
no,
a
I
couple
can't.
weeks ago using that like Skycam only. So and they were going, oh, it makes it look like Madden. I wish somebody had done this then. Like
Dude,
pretend they're playing the Thursday night football game
yeah.
to stream it.
Yeah, but it's not a pay-per-view event. Like this is like a $70 fight, and he's taking one for the team, man. He's taking one for the team, and it does kind of look like
Dude,
UFC.
dude, I watched the McGregor Mayweather fight on Periscope.
Really?
Yeah, somebody had their just had Periscope and they were like recording the fight with their phone.
Yo, you guys want to know a little secret? If you ever want to watch pay-per-view fights in a full HD stream, First Row Sports, baby. Not gonna say anymore. First Row Sports
So
HD
you
streams.
Just go
you
to
buy
Reddit.
buy for the pay-per-view?
Say that again?
You buy the pay-per-view?
No, I don't watch. I
Wink,
don't buy. the
wink,
pay-per-view.
wink.
I don't buy the pay-per-view. I sometimes depends. Like Mayweather McGregor, I had to buy.
The views of Wayne Walker does not reflect the rest of No Life Digital.
No, I'm just
Um,
kidding. It's just April Fools.
Just kidding. No, I went to this place in Memphis called the Rec Room that night. And what it is it's actually pretty cool. It's like a video game bar kind of thing where there's like arcade cabinets everywhere and you don't have to put quarters in. You can
And
just
how
play.
packed are they at all times?
I mean, there was a good amount of people. But
'Cause
anyway,
the barcade in Philly is always packed.
yeah, there was like 7 big ass projector screens. I'm talking like 90-inch. I don't know. It was huge. It was more than 90-inch. It was,
All playing the fight.
well, one of them at the very end. I think what it was the people rented because you can rent the little because in front of the projectors you have like these wraparound couches.
Yeah.
And it's called a living room, and you can rent the living room.
Right.
And I mean, it's a cool idea. They have every console besides like the
Dude, that's
Switch. I
actually
don't think
pretty
they have-
So
Smart.
if they had the fight there and anybody else in the place could watch it, essentially,
I
were
think what
they
happened was
charging a cover?
no.
Because you're supposed to charge a cover if you're doing that.
No, you're
No,
not. You
what I-
don't have to. There's a commercial charge. If you're a business and you want to play
Yeah.
pay-per-view, it's like $10,000.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why they
charge
usually have a cover charge. to
But
pay
the-
for that.
the
the
living
thing
room
is-
idea, you could get away with it with that
That's
idea.
interesting.
Yeah, the thing is I think that the party that was down there, because it was always the same people sitting down there. I think the party down there like rented the pay-per-view and just rented the area and watched
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
a way
it's
around
such a
it.
big screen, you could watch it from like outside of the area.
Hell
Yeah, oh yeah, I was
That's
watching it.
interesting.
I thought
Yeah.
it was kind of odd though. It was like a whole bunch. Like when we walked in, there was some kind of I don't know if it was a birthday party or something, but it was like tons of people in just like adult size onesies.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. And then
There's
and-
some weird
I don't
diaper
know about
fetish.
your UFC garb, but that sounds
Yeah.
right to me, man.
yeah, but it went from that and me walking around the corner looking at the projectors. It's like, oh, we got people playing Mario Kart, Mortal Kombat 3, GoldenEye N64, and then you get to the end and people are getting their ass beat in UFC. It
Yeah.
was just like a weird contrast. It was so weird. But yeah, that place is pretty cool. I'm actually going back there again Friday for my friend's birthday.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. The barcade in Philly is just like arcade cabinets everywhere. It's huge, but
And it's always packed to high hell.
yeah, but it's
Yeah.
big enough to hold a lot of people. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, there were cabinets everywhere, and then there was like there's I don't know, good like 7-8 CRT TVs, and they had like old PlayStation plugged up. Like I played Tekken 3 for a little bit.
Yeah.
They had Contra on NES at the bar, so yeah, I mean it was pretty.
It's a good way to make money if you have a bar, dude. Throw that stuff in there, you know. Old PlayStation games, how much does that cost? $5? You know how many people are gonna go there, order like
throw
5
a
drinks
DDR cabinet
and play
Already
Tekken?
got a stack.
There you go.
drunk DDR.
Monster Hunter World beta kicks off December 9th, which is in a few
For
days.
console. For console.
Full
Yeah.
console.
Yeah,
console.
beta. I think it's. I want to say I thought it was just PS4, but it says Xbox One in the link. But I think
It's
it's
coming
just
out
PS4.
for both.
You gonna
So, I
fire
mean,
it
I
up,
was talking
dude?
about the beta. Fuck
get-
yeah,
you
dude!
getting
I
into
hadn't,
beta?
Hell yeah!
I haven't turned on my PlayStation 4 in like months, but I'm gonna turn that shit on, bro.
You can
You
get
can
it earlier because with a PlayStation, if you have PlayStation Plus, it comes out a little earlier.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Ooh boy.
You gonna record some gameplay?
Ooh, boy. I might.
You got it, dude. I
The
want
only
to
thing-
watch you play it. Maybe you should just
No.
stream it.
The only thing about well, then upload. Sometimes my upload's shitty. That's the only reason I don't really stream.
Yeah,
But
record.
the only thing about Monster Hunter demos is they're always the same. They're always like 2 areas, 3 hunts, and yeah. But I mean, I'm gonna play the shit out of it. I'm gonna play
Just
every
to get a
single
feel
hunt,
for
like
it.
multiple times. Yeah. Oh yeah. All the different weapons. Ooh. Ooh boy.
You are so
I'm-
pumped for this
I'm
fucking
so
game.
pumped about this game, dude. I love
I
Monster
really
Hunter.
hope it lives up to your expectations. I would hate
Oh,
to
I
see
mean,
you disappointed.
As long as it's as good as like the previous Monster Hunter, I'm happy.
Yeah, and it's not a high bar, in my
No.
opinion. It's not a
It's
high
not.
bar.
Like they've nailed down the formula.
Yeah.
And they've nailed down the formula since like Freedom Unite too. Like,
Start weak, take on enemies, build up gear, take
Yeah.
on bigger enemies.
I mean, I
build
was
up more
watching
gear.
some of
Always
the-
craft.
Some of the gameplay footage looks sick. It does
Yeah,
look
dude.
pretty cool.
It's a game that almost makes me wish I had a PS4 Pro.
and now we have 2 sticks.
Makes
So
me-
I'm just saying.
Oh my god, you are so pumped for it, dude.
I'm just saying, man.
All right, Bloodborne players dig up unused bosses from game files, which is pretty cool actually. Longtime fans from Software games like Demon's Souls, Dark Souls know that developers' titles ship with their share of unused content, including bosses and entire areas left on the cutting room floor. That extends to Bloodborne, which has its own cut and unused content that's been recently uncovered by players. YouTuber Sanadisk, who specializes in digging into the Souls games for lore and hidden content, has a fresh look at some Bloodborne enemies. And here's some of the footage, which is pretty fucking cool, dude.
When are we getting Bloodborne 2?
I don't know.
I don't think we are.
Trademark
should.
soon. Maybe 2030.
I mean, what's From working on right now?
I mean, they're supposedly pretty much. Miyazaki said that he's pretty much done with the Souls series. So
I mean,
I'm okay with that. I'm okay.
if we do get another Bloodborne, it's going to be like Dark Souls 2 in the vein that it's not going to be Miyazaki, and it's just going to be some random motherfuckers trying to make a Bloodborne game.
So it's gonna
or trying to
be
make a
so
Souls
it's gonna be
game.
Neo.
No, like, did you
But,
ever play
like,
Dark Souls 2? Oh,
I know
you
that
didn't even
Dark
play
Souls
Dark
2
Souls.
I know that Dark Souls 2 was the weaker one of them.
Yeah, it's shitty.
Yeah.
Saying it's weaker is like a compliment. It's just it's shitty because they had like one director and then they fired him like halfway through, and then the other director picked up, and neither one of the directors were Miyazaki. So, and he's the one that pretty much launched the franchise.
Dark
So,
Souls
I'm
1
just-
is so good, dude.
Oh yes, it is.
I'm just waiting for all them Dark Souls knockoffs. Like we had Neo, which was like what feudal Japan Dark Souls style. When's the
with
Dark
a-
Souls in
with a
space?
European white guy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
when-
great.
It'll come out when we get the Dark Souls PUBG version.
Dark Souls Battle Royale.
Yeah,
Battle Royale
special
set in Dark
edition
Souls?
PUBG Dark Souls.
Dark BG.
So it's the
Dub-
Dark
It'll be in
Souls
early access
Dub-
for like
So-
3 years and still win every award somehow.
So
Yeah.
you're saying is it's the Dark Souls of battle royales?
There you go. There you go. Oh, I thought I lost sound for a second. You all just muted at the same time. I was like, what the fuck just happened? All right, PUBG locked at 30 frames per second on the X-Bone.
And is anyone surprised?
Nope. Dude, I'm surprised they
even
can even get
slightly.
it at 30 frames per second.
Same, dude.
Yeah, I bet you it I mean, it can't be
s-
constant 30.
A cinematic
No.
24 frames per second.
Like
You're
I can
telling me
barely
it's
get that at
not
30
optimized?
at times. It's like the most unoptimized game ever fucking made. No shit, it's not going to do even 30 probably.
Now, it seems likely that while the 60 frames per second on the Xbox One X isn't a problem, so at least it'll be 60 on there. Definitely, that's what he says. But
Well,
not,
hey,
not on the other ones.
once it comes out and they do that, I will give them a gold star for finally being able to achieve 60 frames locked on anything.
Yeah, yeah. They should definitely figure out some optimizations for that game because it runs like shit.
It does. It's crazy.
Destiny's
Like
2
that's the current will it run crisis. It's will it run PUBG, and the answer is always no.
and it's so glitchy. It's just so glitchy that on top of it, there's one map. You know what I mean? How have you not
Yeah.
optimized one map yet?
Oh,
There's
they're already
about to
working
be
on a
2
second
maps.
one. But yeah, they're working on a second map, which is awesome. But like, come on, dude. I shouldn't like have a 1080 and like be like, cool, dude. I got 43 frames per second 1 second. Now I have 74 the next. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, 1080, and then you're running it at 60 frames per second.
1080,
1080.
barely. Like,
And it's like not, I mean, it doesn't look like
And then I-
Battlefield 1. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
looks like fucking Half-Life.
oh, and then you can put a 1050 in and get better performance.
Or Xbox One X. Destiny's 2 secret XP scaling system was made partly because of the loot cave.
Really? That's the reasoning? Really?
So stupid.
The loot cave? Really? The loot cave that already is a piece of shit.
The loot cave that shouldn't even be called a loot cave because it's
Yeah.
fucking garbage. Oh,
This
God.
okay, this for people who haven't played Destiny 2, there's this thing called the loot cave, which is what you're supposed to do to gear up really fast. And it's just running around this cave hoping like 3 or 4 chests drop so you can get a drop that might be an upgrade. But realistically, it never works.
Yeah, and even if you do get an upgrade, you're gonna scrap it in the next level anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's so dumb. I hate Destiny 2.
Like, why don't you just, change the settings of this supposed loot cave? I don't know.
Just fucking dumb.
Like you just break the loot cave. You can just remove a box. You can make the spawns last longer. Like, no, you don't just leave that in the game if that's your supposed problem and then hamper every other aspect of the game than one glitch that you could fix.
Yeah, that's what they're blaming it on, dude. I don't
That
know
is
what
so
is
dumb.
going on with the Destiny team, but they ruined the game. They ruined it. They just keep digging it deeper and deeper. I mean, the whole community is super upset with Destiny 2 right now.
Anything having to do with Bungie or 343, whatever the new Halo studio is, they haven't done anything good since Halo 3.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Get him, Doobie. All right. 2 PUBG mobile. A lot of PUBG news. 2 PUBG mobile games revealed.
Time to unwrap
Oh,
this
you
bundle.
fucking GameSpot motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Autoplay.
Autoplay.
It
And
got
there's going to
me.
be a pop up too.
It got
It's
me
the
both.
bane.
And it got me again. Oh my god.
It's the
Yeah.
bane of Wayne's existence.
Fucking
It's
GameSpot.
fucking insane, dude. Yeah, but these mobile PUBG games are made by Tencent.
Hello, China.
Who what else have they made? I'm unfamiliar.
Like
They're the
tons
Chinese
of-
Steam.
Like Lineage? Are they the
Probably, I
Lineage
don't know.
mobile
They
guys?
made they recently purchased the Chinese version of, well, not version, but Chinese LOL, I think. Didn't
Oh
they, Jerry?
yes, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
No, they
Yeah,
own. They own.
yeah,
it.
they
Battle-
No,
acquired.
not just the Chinese version. They literally own all of it.
They
Battle,
acquired Riot.
Yeah.
Battle Heroes,
Yeah,
no,
they
they-
also made the
Mobile
rip-off.
Legends or some shit. Mobile Legends.
Yeah,
They like
actually
technically
pretty
cool.
they have like they bought it out and they have like a 90% stake like share. They just don't Riot.
Dude, what's crazy is this actually looks like it runs better than PUBG. It's actually pretty. It looks pretty impressive.
It's optimized for mobile.
Player Unknown's Battlegrounds mobile gameplay trailer.
This looks, dude. This looks.
Is it
pretty
up for game of the year?
This looks pretty crazy. How is this running better than PUBG and looks pretty much exactly the same? They need to hire their Tencent dudes to fucking optimize their game. Did you guys see the trailer?
I'm watching it right now.
Dude, it's impressive. I'm gonna fucking download this shit. I'm pretty much done with Animal Crossing, so I'm gonna need a new mobile game.
We legit just shit on Xbox version of PUBG and console versions of PUBG for ever since they announced it. We just shit on it, talking about how it's not going to be good and it's not going to be the same. And then it comes out for mobile, and Wayne's like, "I'm going to download it on mobile. I'm going to try it out on mobile."
Wayne is now officially a mobile gamer.
I mean, it's not wrong though. It does look better.
Yeah,
looks
it does,
impressive.
but you know it's going to control like ass.
Dude, you get
And
one of
a
those
half.
you get one of the
Yeah.
Bluetooth controllers.
You're gonna
Just carry it
stream
around
the
in my
mobile.
pocket all the time.
Just gonna stream the mobile PUBG game.
Dude, that's crazy.
Hey,
Telling
dude, that's
you.
a thing. Look at Vainglory for however long it lasted of that whole 6 months or whatever.
Mobile games are the future. All right, Overwatch. What's going on here, Jerry?
Okay, they're releasing a separate currency for skins for their Overwatch League thing. So all the Overwatch League teams are going to have special skins that you can buy, but they're making a separate currency because this isn't loot box based. You just buy the skin. And then the team that you're buying it from gets a cut of money.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it seems cool. It's weird that they're adding more currency for it, but
Well, yeah, why wouldn't you just
guess
be
I
able to
get it.
buy it?
Cause, dude, you have to buy. It's like all games now. You have to buy a currency, so you have to buy extra. So you'll always have that 30 cents of fake currency
Oh, right.
in your account,
right.
just
Yep.
doing nothing.
Yep, you're absolutely right. That's why.
Like,
Fucking.
Every game is like that.
Yep. Well, here, let's look at some of these skins. The Overwatch League. Oh, they're not gonna show me any. It's just some white dude talking. Don't care anymore. All right. The orange skins look good.
Yeah, I guess they're gonna do it for all the characters, which is kind of cool. But it's just gonna be the downside, though. For me, at least, I think some people like it, but for me, that I don't like is they're doing it. It looks like based off of cities. So like how Overwatch League's trying to do
Yeah.
city based. So like this is the San Francisco Shock, which is this orange team, which in any other sports, I think that's Cloud9. No, Cloud9's in London. Like it's a different esports organization, but for Overwatch, they now have to be the San Francisco Shock, I guess.
Yeah,
Which
I
I
don't
think's
know how
dumb.
long that's going to last. But
Yeah.
also,
Like I'd buy a Cloud9 skin in an instant. I'm not going to buy the London lollygaggers.
I don't know
Like-
about I don't know about buying a skin, one of these skins though, because they just look like chroma rehashes to me.
Yeah.
with with fucking just shit plastered on them, like stickers plastered on them.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting, because I'm expecting too. That's probably like what the player skins are gonna look like.
Yeah,
to like separate them. So it's like, ooh, you can have the same skin as your favorite player. Seagull's got this cool whatever. You can be like Seagull now. I don't know.
You'll just look exactly like the regular default skin, except you'll be all fucking orange.
Do the players need to wear orange uniforms too when they play?
I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
imagine
probably.
they have jerseys.
Which is going to be really weird. But I mean, it'll be cool. But it's for me, it's just going to be weird. Like Immortals is going to be something else. Cloud9 is going to be something else. Longzhu is going to be something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is a little
That'll be weird.
But I mean, I guess it's kind of cool that they're doing that. I do like that idea a little bit to kind of to make it like redistrict the teams. I
do, but I don't ever want to support a team called San Francisco Shock. That's my fear is it's all going to be really terrible names.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like the bottom of the, old, like all the old Madden games where you did create a team.
Yeah.
And it had like the most generic bottom of the barrel, like names and logos. That's what it's gonna be.
I was about to say it's gonna be like the XFL all over again.
Yeah.
The Philadelphia Marauders.
Yeah.
But that's all I see this being is that it's just like someone played Madden 2006, went to create a team and just chose like the worst logos possible.
The Montreal Argonauts.
I'm trying to like Memphis had one, but I can't remember what we had. XFL.
The Memphis team. Remember that dude? He hate me. He had that on his jersey. That was his fucking name.
Yo, the only good thing the XFL gave us was Skycam.
He hate me. No, they gave us he hate me, which was his fucking name on his jersey.
It was the Memphis Maniacs, and you spell Maniacs MANIAX.
Nice. Dude. Very nice. I like that. I'm gonna bring it up.
Yep, that's exactly what they did. Oh no. All right, here's your team names for the Overwatch League. Jesus Christ. All right, you have the Boston Uprising.
Why don't they just call them the Tea Parties?
That's not too
Tea
bad.
Parties.
I like that.
Dallas Fuel, Florida Mayhem, Houston Outlaws, London Spitfire, Los Angeles Gladiators, Los Angeles Valiant, New York Excelsior.
How'd they get that name? They got the fancy one.
New York Excelsior. Dude, that's my team, dude. You have the Philadelphia Fusion, the San Francisco Shock, the Seoul Dynasty. I like that actually for South Korea, Seoul Dynasty. And then Shanghai Dragons, because of course you have a team in Shanghai, it's got to be a fucking dragon.
Yeah, duh. They're not too bad.
They're not terrible,
They
but like
do
Los
remind
Angeles Gladiators and Valiant, what the fuck is that?
They do remind me of the Madden creative team names. Though.
Like
That's
London
not that
Spitfire, okay, I guess that makes sense.
There's no Tokyo Samurai.
Yeah, but like New York Excelsior, what the fuck?
Dude, that's awesome.
No, you gotta say it right. It's New York Excelsior.
Well, I mean, what are some of the esports teams named now? I mean, they can't be much better, dude. Anytime you name a team, it's a little bit.
Yeah,
nerdy.
I mean, there's Cloud9, there's CLG, which is Counter Logic Gaming. There's TSM, which is Team Solo Mid. Yeah, they're all terrible names. Longzhu.
Yeah.
What else you got?
That's still better than fucking Excelsior.
I disagree. I disagree.
I don't know, dude. You got to check out the Florida Mayhem. It's an M with in the shape. It's an M in the shape of a bomb with a palm tree coming out of it. So.
No, I mean that's Florida.
I mean, I'm about to join Philadelphia Fusion, dude. So.
I like the Houston Outlaws. It's 2 guns with horns on it, so it looks like a steer.
Very nice. Very nice.
Or the Boston Uprising, which looks like the worst attempt of like a college university logo ever. Like they tried to make the B and a U, but it's all together. Dude? No, it's just a B. It's just a B and a U, but it's all one line.
Oh god.
Yeah. So the B's inside the U, and it's all just one line together. Fucking New York Excelsior. Oh no, and it's one of the Korean teams.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Fusion team. It looks like there's a bunch of Koreans on it.
Most of the teams are going to be Korean, to be honest.
They're just good at gaming, dude. All right.
But you know, they're repping New York though, in Philly.
Of course.
Yeah, dude.
gotta do it.
Like you also have 2 LA teams, you know, dude.
Of course.
And
California always has fucking like 9 teams in every fucking sport. All right. That's it for the gaming portion of the show. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure you head over to our Twitter at No Life Digital and our Twitch at No Life Digital and our Instagram at No Life Digital and our soon to come website. Our tech show will be released Thursday. Make sure you tune in. Check us out. Catch y'all later. Peace.
go down.